Hello lovely people, welcome to the video, the channel, just welcome here basically. My name is Athena. I am a 33-year-old mama of 2 girls. I am an avid reader. I literally read anywhere from 10 to 15 books per month. If I had no other, people had no expectations of me, they didn't need me, I had no other responsibilities, I would probably read 15 to 20 books comfortably. I would do nothing else in my life. However, I do have other things to do, so 10 to 15 is kind of, you know, depending on how thick a book is, etc. Also, I decided to write a book. So, I figured this channel could be a little bit of all of that, meaning all things books, from writing them to reading them and everything in between, all of it. I feel like I need to share my writing journey. I need to share the fact that in April of this year, I decided that this idea that I had in my head that has started when I was 12, 13 maybe, and it just kind of, it came back to me in March of this year. I needed to write it. I needed to create it. I needed to do something with it because it was literally driving me crazy. And I started writing, I started creating. I already have the first draft written. I'm currently working on finishing my second draft as we speak. Yeah, I need to talk about it to someone, basically, is what's happening. I decided to create this channel. I decided to share my writing journey, share my reading journey, talk about the books I'm reading, talk about how the writing's going. Yeah, it is the 1st of October. We are officially in writing challenge season. And I mean, I'm not gonna go into details and all of, like, you know, this whole thing with NaNoWriMo and whatnot, but I will say I don't feel comfortable with what they said. So I'm just kind of like, I never really did NaNoWriMo, so I'm not really missing out on anything. I just chose a different challenge and I'm good, basically. So I have decided to go with the Pathfinders Writing Collective. I feel like it's just absolutely amazing. The community is absolutely amazing. So I will leave a link down below so you guys can kind of locate them, find them, all the fun stuff. October is Pathtober, so it's technically the month where you prepare. So I am working on finishing my second draft, finishing my outline. I am kind of a backwards outliner. It kind of happened. I didn't control that. We will talk about that probably during October as I work. Those are my girls in the background if you can hear them. They are homeschooled. They are with me 24/7. So this channel is gonna be a mom with 2 girls at home trying to do things. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like the one thing that has kind of kept me back from starting a channel sooner and just kind of sharing my writing journey and experience is that I don't have any quiet writing time. I don't have any like aesthetically pleasing, I'll turn on a nice little candle, you don't turn on a candle, light a nice candle, and sit quietly and work. I have insanity. So I am currently drafting my fantasy romance, more fantasy than romance right now, to be honest. I've managed to write a first draft. I'm at the like final stages of my second draft. I have managed to get to that point with my girls playing around me, making noise, you know, just any hours I can get in, I do. But I want to share that because I don't think I've seen any channels on YouTube where there's a mother or a father, even like a parent with their children at home with them, trying to, number 1, read books, and number 2, write a book. So that's also gonna be fun. But yeah, as I was saying before, so going back to Pathtober, which is this October preparation for the challenge, Pathtober is the month I'm going to be finishing my second draft and preparing everything I need to prepare for my third draft, which I will be writing in November and December. The challenge with the Pathfinders is basically a challenge where you can select if you want to do only November, November and December, or even November, December, January, which I find very, very fun and very realistic. I like it. So October for me is finishing the second draft and preparing everything from world building, beat sheets. I'm going to be working on all the beat sheets, all of that thing. We're going to be doing all of that together. I'm not sure how I'll do these videos. I'm thinking maybe like a weekly kind of vlog, write it with me vlog. I don't know, we'll see. It depends on how crazy my children get, you know, and I have girls, so some people think that's really nice and quiet. It's not. But yeah, so as well as like just books I'm reading for this month, books I really need to talk about, there have been moments where I have finished a book and I have needed to talk about it so much, and it's like, who do I talk to about this? You know, like just books that frustrate me, books that I absolutely love, books that drive me to like want to throw it across the room for like so many reasons. I can't even name them. That is kind of, this channel is going to be my writing journey through not just Pathtober and November, December challenges, just writing this book. Because honestly, like I have, this is my first draft. This is my first draft. All of this bad boy here. 87,000 words, my first draft. I call it, honestly, I would call it a zero draft or a discovery draft, but I don't think 87,000 words falls in that category. I think the first half kind of started like that, but it didn't continue that way. And I didn't leave any gaps, like any, oh, insert something here, other than maybe like some descriptions, etc. I kind of just ran through the story, full on ran through the story, because it was just in my head. It was just flowing from my head. So yeah, it's a first draft. My second draft, complete rewrite. I am finishing. I'm at like the most pivotal parts right now. It's kind of cray-cray. So I'm finishing that. I'm hoping, the goal is to have it done by the end of this week. I need to have it done so that I can then kind of move on to the beat sheets, Save the Cat, Romancing the Beat. Those are the two that I'm kind of gonna be working on to help me set this all up, basically. Again, we'll be doing that together. I'm gonna be sharing that. I feel I need to share. I need to talk about this. There are so many things I need to talk about, and so a little bit about the book, maybe just kind of, you know, as an introduction. I will probably make a separate video talking more about the book specifically, the second draft, you know, just talking about it more as I work on it. But it is a fantasy romance, currently way more fantasy than romance. There are a few nice scenes in there though. But I definitely need to work on the romance part, like really fleshing it out a bit more. Because it is pivotal to, well, pivotal. Technically could work without it, but it is important. It does play a good, like, important role. It's not just silly business. It's more fantasy than romance right now. The fantasy world, I have this whole world in my head, and I really need to kind of like flesh out all the different locations and everything and really get that into the book without it being too world building, dumping kind of, you know. There is so much about it. I don't even know. It's inspired, so it's the inspiration is kind of, it's evolved a lot, but the main inspiration still remains Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland, mixed with a bit of a dark circus kind of thing. The dark circus, I have to admit, has kind of woven itself out of the story a little bit as I've progressed through the second draft, which is a full rewrite, complete rewrite. Okay, so I was interrupted. That is fine. The crux of this whole thing is I am starting a channel. I am going to talk about writing and reading and books and what it's like being a mom and suddenly deciding that you want to be a writer. The imposter syndrome is really going strong. There are moments where I'm kind of like, how on earth do I think I'm going to write a book? Like, what makes me think that I am capable of doing this? And then I'll read like a scene or something I've written, and it'll have been a while. After a while, basically, like, I'll read a scene from my first draft, from the second half of the first draft. I will say that again. And I tend to kind of like forget what I've written. So I read it and I like it. And I'm like, oh, this has potential. Like, okay, like there's something here, definitely. And then I'll just go back on a spiral of, I'm terrible, what on earth am I thinking? But I'm persevering. For whatever reason, I feel the need to do this. Like, I need to do this, to bring this to a point where it is a book that can be published one way or another. And that is what I'm gonna do. So, as we said, Pathfinders, that's what I'm doing. I will try and remember to leave a link down below. Pathtober. Writing vlogs, reading vlogs, all the things. I'm gonna try my best. My ADHD brain is like, you know. We'll see how we go. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you did watch it up till this point, I don't know. I'm used to like making different kinds of videos on my other channel. This is very new to me. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay. Imposter syndrome is going strong. See how we go. Bye.